All right, I just wanted to do a kind of unboxing and I guess a bit of a video review on this. This is Jazwares Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron. The hex this is from, the source is from Star Wars Maul, which is actually really great animated series. So actually a little bit surprised by it. It's better than I thought it would be. I thought maybe I might have gotten a bit of Darth Maul fatigue, but they did a really good job with that. Actually, I'm hopefully they'll have another. They gotta have another season, I think. Um, and yeah, I was actually quite pleased with it. I don't know how you guys felt about it. I liked it. Anyways, so this is his ship from that show, and there would be like a bunch of other, like I guess mercenary. Are they mercenary? Like Mandalorians that follow Rook Cast and I guess Darth Maul, but they mainly follow her um, because well they're Mandalorians. She is too, but I guess she's a follower of Maul. And anyways, they're trying to take over the crime syndicate. I guess in Star Wars universe. What can I say about this? This was originally pre-ordered on Amazon. No, sorry, Walmart. That's why I got a link to there early on, like way back when they first had it. And what happened was like it was actually just about to be shipped, and they sent me an email to confirm it. But um, they said make sure the address is correct because we're about to ship it. And then a day or so later, they told me, "Oh, sorry, we have to cancel the order. We ran out of stock." Like, you mofo's, like, how can you run out of stock, especially when you told me you're about to prepare for it and ask me all this stuff? That's just stupid. And they did that for one other thing too, but I'm not gonna get into that. Pissed me off. And then I guess at least I found out that this is not just a Walmart exclusive. At least I don't think so, since the Amazon carries this. And I saw that originally I didn't know that they had it, and plus I had pre-ordered on Walmart. But then, anyways, found it. I said, okay, do it. And then it didn't take long because it was about to be released publicly, anyways, in about a week or so. So yeah, so then did that, and Amazon came through. Box is a little dinged up. I think they put it in kind of like one of those soft. I believe it was one of those soft bag kind of packaging, which is pretty stupid. But let me take a look here. This is Series 4, which I'm surprised. Like, aren't they quite beyond that series? I don't know how this is 4 because I think some of the newest. I mean, this is new, but like stuff from like the other classes, like I'm trying to think, like the new recent Y wing, the BTL Y wing, Republic bomber. Um, Maybe kind of around times, not too far off. The new Razor Crest from Mandalorian Grogu. I swear they're like in series 10 or something, or even much higher than that. I forget what they were. Sorry. But anyways, whatever. That doesn't matter exactly what series they're from, as long as they're in something. And we'll see. Well, the feature here is that like it should be. This is based off of the Mandalorian Gauntlet ship, but it just had all these, like the front part, the side wings, basically kind of stripped off or broken off, whatever you want to call it. And it's much more truncated version of it. And so, but still, it performs the same kind of features. So it can flip its wings, like, up like this to land. And there should be, and then it can also, in flight mode, it can make the, rotate the wings to go vertical in flight mode. That's what it's showing here. And just some of the play features. And this is why this is cool, because hopefully this will mean that they will upscale the Bo-Katan's Gauntlet, Mandalorian Gauntlet starfighter starship, because it's way undersized. It only fits like one character in that one, but that's all we got. But this is the proper size, I believe, because look, these fit up to 3 figures up in the cockpit, and you should at least fit that many in the cockpit of the ship. What else? Okay, it showed the wings going up. It's funny, they showed it twice, one on the side, and then the center section, right about here, can lift off and reveal that there's positions for up to 6 figures. They don't come with it, of course, but in the show, I guess the Mandalorians will be up in here, and then what this can do is open on the bottom as well, right over here. So it's off screen on the side, but I'll turn this a little bit. And so I think the idea is these would attach to something here, be tethered, and then they drop down. The show hover, or it can fly. I guess it can swing on it, but they repel or run down the line and get off of the ship that way. Or I guess if the Mandalorians, they can just drop and just use their jetpacks to brace the landing, or soften the landing rather. And this looks like on the bottom here, there should be like a front. Looks like on the front here is probably a front landing gear for that. And you got your blueprint over in here, and that's basically it. So and this is a Dreadnought class, so I believe that's it. Should be the same, because this thing's pretty big, and this isn't all of it. Like if it was the actual full Mandalorian gauntlet, you'd have like the front that comes up. At least it's much longer, probably a bit more actually. There's a bit more to the wings too that come up and come down here, and I think on the sides a bit more too. So this is at least pretty close to what you would get with the Ghost or the Jedi Star Space Shuttle, or the T. Is it the T? I think it's T6. Or is it T7? T5? T6. I'm pretty sure it's a T6. So let me get this open. Well, first I show you the figures. Get a good look at them. So Maul and Rook cast. And let's see if I can zoom up more. They look reasonably well painted. At least he looks kind of even. Though shouldn't he have a bit more paint on his face though? It's not just so much red, there's some blacks more mixed in. But anyways. And there's Rook, and you can see your Mandalorian outfit, armor, and you just basically pull this out, or you just pull this out, and then I think pull this out, and get the blueprint, which I just keep for the heck of it. And this version of Darth Maul, I don't know, I haven't had too many of them from before, but now they've been out. Out, and yeah. So let's look at Rook real quick first. These are the blistery pack, and looks good. Arms and legs articulate the same way as all the other minifigures. And there's a close look at Maul. Now you can kind of lift his arm up. You can see his double-bladed lightsabers on his side here, and he's got some attack on the abs. And yeah, looks right. Let's move on. Oh, on the inside of the box. There is a background, but it's almost basically all black, except for some faint blue kind of striping on the sides. Oops, a little bit close. So there's just one pair in the pack, that blistery, clear pack. There's only one thing that wrapped around the front, so it's pretty easy to get this out. And here we go. You can see how big it is compared to my hand. I don't have anything else to compare it next to just right now for scale. But yeah, this looks awesome. I love the paint job. I didn't realize it was this kind of greenish in the show. It looked, I just imagine it was just some sort of dark or some kind of grays. But this looks nice. And when I first saw it as a toy, just a toy image on Walmart, and then I was like, ooh, that looks like a cool color scheme. And it's got some rust colors, and you can see how it looks like here. Got a little bit of kind of some a wash on it here and there, but nothing too crazy. Here's the bottom landing gear. There's some details there. These pop open as well, so you can see that's where you put the figures. And this should pull up. It looks like there's a tab right here. And you just pull this out. There's always nice detail underneath panels, which you generally don't need, but it's just nice that they even thought about it. And here you can see, 3 on each side, so a total of 6. And they would either be in there, or I think in the show they kind of dropped out, either with their jetpacks, with the Mandalorians, or they rappelled down off of a line or something. And this wouldn't be here, this would be closed, but they can come off of either side of this thing. I just noticed that this thing probably won't hold too well on its own. Kind of interesting. Yeah, there's nothing that holds it other than these side things. It's actually being held in on the kind of on the side of it more. It's funny, once you open it, it doesn't. For some reason, it's not as easy to get from the side. Okay, yeah, see, it drops down. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. There should be a way to hold it in tighter. But that's that feature. Cool. Cap this back on. So nicely, and then this should just open up like so, and you just lift it up. And yeah, 3, you got kind of mixed seating. One's facing this way, one's next facing that way, and the front just has one facing directly in front. There's some bit of detail in there, but not a whole lot. I mean, there is stuff, but then it's nothing painted. I can see them doing a premium deco of this, and things seem to line up just fine. And here, the engine glow. And this doesn't open up. On the show, this, I don't think this does, but I believe the bottom part kind of opens and a ramp comes out for them to get out. So let me back this up a little close, and then you should be able to just, and it's got like it's kind of ratcheted, so it kind of locks into place. So it's kind of, it's technically kind of self-centered because of that. It just locks 1, 2, just only takes about 2 clicks to get there. And you can do this, which is not my favorite look, to be honest. I prefer the wings on the side on this. Move this back, and then you can of course rotate these wings up, and they do have like a bit of a, like, you can feel it, you can see it kind of locks into place. And then you pull the front landing gear out. I don't even know what all this stuff is right here. And then it'll just land like that. Cool. I really like the look of this. The details are there. I mean, look at, there's got some up in here as well in between, which is cool. There's no removable engine panels, plenty of greebling and all sorts of stuff to look at. And again, I really like the color scheme of these different kind of subtle but different tones of this kind of pale green, and mixed with the rust. And something about those two colors remind me of the bird of prey from Star Trek, that the Klingons have. Right? It's a pretty famous ship by now, and they used it a lot in other different Star Trek episodes and things. And it reminds me of that, just that greenish tone that it has with the rust. It has some rustic pieces on there, and yeah, and I kind of like that. That color was hard to nail, to be honest. I tried many times to paint like a bird of prey, and originally they tell you to paint it. I think in most cases the generic paint would be just to do it in an olive green, which isn't quite right. In my eyes, from what I see on the show or in the movies, it does have a more, it's kind of weird. It is kind of a desaturated green. It almost reminds me of how either copper or perhaps bronze or something, how they would patina and where it gets kind of greenish. It's almost like that in my head, in my eyes. But anyways, let's see. To get them in here, I guess Maul should be. I guess he'll sit to the side. Probably the best thing. Let's see, we gotta really work his legs under here somehow. I wonder, yeah, see, they have a space for it to kind of go in between these two holes here. But is his leg supposed to fit like one through each one? I guess so, because I think at this angle it's kind of hard to get him to sit. Yeah, he's got to have one leg in each hole on the side. Yeah, they even have two holes. I think you can see it, but there's two holes underneath the front console for whoever's piloting, which in this case, I guess it's going to be Rook. So I don't think I'm going to bother with adding. This looks plenty detailed, so I don't think I need to add too much more. I could always do something, but I don't think it's just necessary compared to some of the other ships in line. And there you go. Rook is a little bit potentially more loose because it doesn't have the clips around the sides, unlike Maul or one of the ones in the back where they can they're just held on from two sides, as you can see, and he's held on at least from one side. There's like, you know, that clip that comes in, and then Rook or whoever's in front doesn't. You see that little peg there? I suspect you can even fit like some kind of droid in here. That's usually, I believe, like something you use to just stick a droid in there and hold it. But I don't remember. Well, I get that wrong. He does have a droid. It's that one that's got like this. I don't know. He's just kind of a bad droid, which matches. Close this down. There we go. That's good, but I will probably leave it in flight mode when I get a chance. I think this looks better. I should get one of the stands from Kevin's Microfleet off of his SCPH, which I might need a few more for other Micro Galaxy Squadron. Zoom up a bit. Okay, I'm gonna put it back into flight mode because I prefer that look. And let's see, if you're gonna snap this in here, it's funny, you gotta actually open this up and then close it around it so it can get past those tabs that are on the side of this middle piece. And then you basically do that. I don't know, do you think they should have made it somehow where they fold down together? But yeah, this is cool. I dig it. Just check out Amazon, or maybe it might be good to find it on the Walmart website or their stores. But yeah, I think this is worth picking up. I think this still a bit pricey, but I guess it's to be expected for the size and class of Starship, which is Dreadnought. I think it was about $50, maybe mid-40s, but I'm pretty sure it ended up being basically around $50. But I don't know. I think this is pretty cool, and I look forward to when they hopefully, it'd be stupid if they don't find a way to update Bo-Katan's starship gauntlet. If not, maybe some of the other ones besides hers. And again, you just need to add some more wings in the fronts and then also sides here, and you'll be good to go. There's really nothing else besides that. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.